So technical facilitator, what is that? Well, actually, it took quite a while to understand it for us too. It was not clear at all. But I would say that the previous interventions and everything that has already been said, especially by Marzia, actually gave you an idea about the difficult project and its aim. Interventions that do not only focus on biodiversity, but also focus on biodiversity and its promotion. We are talking about the Lombardy region in general. These projects have a smaller territory range, whereas in that case, the innovation of IP 2020 was to work on a regional level and to imply all the protected areas in that place. In order to achieve and reach, all these people, more than 56 bodies and all the actors that work in the territory, for example, farmers, people working in the municipalities or in the town halls, and others that do work in a more direct way with biodiversity. Well, all of them needed a structure of people working just on that. So the innovation part was to have a support and to help the partners that actually did so many incredible things and reach the territory and work on the field. In 2017, when I began working on it, we went from door to door and knock and saying, well, do not forget that we have that project. This project can do this and that. We are here for you to help you, and simply propose all the things that technical facilitators could do. That project would continue for 8 years, and of course, it could help biodiversity in a better way. We did more or less everything from a scientific point of view, because our structure was thought in a very precise way. So we wanted to have some transversal technicians, like me, for example. How do you form a technical facilitator? Well, in my case, I work with fauna, whereas Giovinazzo works in the botanic field. And in that way, we could also evaluate the agriculture part, and we also manage freshwater habitats. So 4 different teams and working on many different fields. I don't know, I have to implement a project dealing just with the spadefoot toad, or I don't know, the crayfish. Well, in that case, some people might talk to me or to Francesco that deals with reach and create a very specific and detailed content. As these projects are new and there are no long tradition, there's not a long tradition, sorry. There might not be a technical support for the bodies that want to do something like that. There are no people, no technicians in the structures working on these projects, or maybe the architect does not have the technical skills. So yes, maybe we can write and create an amazing project, but maybe there's a lack of technical skills. Protecting biodiversity, something that can be neglected, a sort of secondary aspect that can simply create restraints or more problems, but that's not That's not it. If we do something in a very good way, we might even have an economic return or an image return. Let's think about the green economy, for example, or on ecosystem services, management of water, the water management, sorry. So we really need to push on positive aspects about the biodiversity protection, but and not thinking we can do that because the crayfish is there. Well, this is actually the collective possession. Ah, well, yeah, the Green Party did it. That's what people have been repeating for years here in Italy. That is probably not a very strong party here in Italy compared to either the Green Party in Germany, for example. That is stronger, of course, in Germany. Yes, it's true, and because of that, now there is an opposition, and it's not possible to exchange, to talk, because these two parties are seen as two enemies. Well, actually, the technical facilitator has also the aim of letting these two parties talk and have maybe a positive return on agriculture, for example, biodiversity in Lombardy and everywhere in the world can be considered as a sort of daughter of human activities. It can be the effect of an anthropic activity. And then, of course, also trainings and monitoring activities are more and more important. So it's a 360 degrees that started some years ago and ended some weeks ago. This activity actually invited more than 10 technical facilitators. So 10 technical facilitators. Okay, so when you began, did you expect working so much? Because if I have well understood, it seemed that you really had so much work and so many activities to accomplish. Well, at the beginning, we didn't know it. But then after some months, yes, we started to understand we realized actually that we really needed to work even more. Some structures have people that take part in the life project, for example, people that have some skills and already know what to do, whereas in other parts, in other municipalities or in other situations, for example, well, it was important to have a person that could help us carry on the project. We needed to finish the project before the end of the call. And then, of course, everything was given to the main responsible of the body. Here in the second slide, we can see, for example, the fact that there is the complementary fund movement. So we've seen, for example, moving some funds that are complementary to compared to the ones used in the life part. And moreover, they had to be taken into the territory. These funds do exist. They were not created by us or by the project. They had to be funded and taken into the project. Of course, we needed to check it. We had to analyze every call. Every call had a different time and dates, for example, expiring dates, starting dates. And every time a new call was available, we could show the most interested parts, I don't know, Fondo Aree Verdi and municipalities and PSR. We could present this call. So we also went to look for some farms or other parts that might be interested in that in order to acquire new points of view and understanding how to protect biodiversity even in a different way and in a better way. All these steps were used also to train technical facilitators. We became experts on how to protect biodiversity because, of course, each of us, sorry, has their own skills. Or a farmer, etc., might not have the naturalistic input and maybe do not know how much an intervention on nature can be effective. So forcing facilitators to create projects whose aim is also with biodiversity and protect that habitat or species actually also helped facilitators and to else. So the hope of this project is that those who keep on working for this project will continue keeping sustainability in their actions. So these people will have to work on a PSR and will remember this project. And so they will insert some biodiversity part in the project. Life Gestire 2020 and its competencies can be used also for professionals on the territory.